Good morning, everyone. The reading today is called What Are the Next Steps to Take? Or something like that. We'll see how the title comes out, but that's what I know we're reading about today is next steps for us. So I have four, not piles, cards, four cards to choose from today. No crystals today, but the four cards. We're going to start with the four, with one tarot card, and then we're going to do the reading as we go. So I'm going to open the energy and let you pick your card, pile, whatever you want to call it, to start. All right. If you haven't picked your pile / card to start, go ahead and do that now, but I'm going to get started here with my pile number ones. Okay, pile number one. What are the next steps? Okay. The Four of Pentacles. Okay, so this is, okay, so this card is, it has two meanings. But the four, first of all, let's address the four. The four is foundation building. The four is building a strong foundation. And the diamonds is a pentacles, which is, financial material. So they want you to start building a strong foundation, financially, materially, etc. They caution you not to become a hoarder, okay? Saving is good, hoarding is not, okay? Hoarding stops flow, all right? So, but that doesn't mean you can't save, okay? You can't put, whatever, 10, 15% aside, okay? We used to, when people were going to church, I don't know if you go to church or not, but there was the concept of tithing, which is giving 10% of your income to the church. Well, tithe to yourself, I hear. Tithe to yourself. Give 10% of your income. Put it away for yourself, for whatever, just to build this foundation. If you're not already doing that, they want you to do that. If you're already doing it, they encourage you to keep doing it and keep building this strong financial material foundation, okay? That's what they want you to do. So, yeah. So, and you've heard probably the expression, I'm hearing the expression, tenfold. So if you put 10% away, think of it as giving 10% to yourself, okay? And instead of hoarding it or saving it or whatever those terms that stop flow. Saving doesn't really stop flow, but I'm hearing, it's all mindset. So think of it instead, that's why they're bringing up the tithing. Think of it as giving yourself 10% or 5% or whatever you can put aside for yourself. Think of it as giving it to yourself. So I'm giving myself, say you make, I don't know, say $2,500 in a month. Put $250 aside if you can, or 5% of whatever that is, 125, I guess. Whatever you can, even if it's 1%, okay? Whatever you can put aside to give to yourself. That's how they want you to frame that. Give it to yourself, because what we give comes back to us tenfold. So give it to yourself and then allow it to come back to you, okay? Tenfold. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but that's what I'm hearing. So instead of saying I'm saving money or I'm putting money away or I'm, whatever, all of that kind of stops flow, I'm hearing. So when you do this, think of it as tithing to yourself. Think of it as giving money to yourself. That's what they want you to know, okay? So that's your next step, is building this strong financial / material foundation. All right. What else do they want to tell my pile number ones, and with what deck? Chakra deck wants to say something. Let's see what the chakra deck has to say. All right. Look at that abundance. Look at that. You can't make these cards come out this way. Solar plexus chakra, citrine. Okay, that's the crystal, which I don't have one, and I think I need to get one. But anyways, abundance. The world is abundant when you choose to see it that way. Okay, so that's what they're saying. Don't stop your flow. When you're doing this, see it as giving to yourself and allowing it to come back tenfold, because that's what it's going to do. And yeah, so the world is abundant when you choose to see it that way. All right. So that's the shifting it from saving, hoarding, any of those words that block flow to I'm giving this to myself. Okay. And that will shift you into abundance consciousness. And that will shift the energy so that it keeps flowing and it can come back to you tenfold. Whatever you give to yourself can also come back to you tenfold. Because when we give, that's why they say it's better to give than to receive, which is kind of a weird saying and can actually get people caught up on just giving and not receiving. You need to allow yourself to receive when you give. So, there's another saying that says, I don't know how it goes exactly, but I do know that what you give comes back to you tenfold if you give it freely, okay? Oh, if you give it freely to yourself, if you give it freely to whoever. So that's the thing. So hoarding, saving, whatever blocks your flow. It's not giving it to you freely. So give to yourself freely. Tithe to yourself, okay? Give to yourself freely, and let it come back to you tenfold. So I don't know how that's going to happen. I don't know if you're an investor and that's going to happen that way, or if some other way it's going to happen, but that doesn't matter. The details don't matter, they say. Don't worry about that. But just start giving to yourself freely, okay? And then receiving, allowing the receiving. You have to allow both the giving and the receiving. Always two sides of the coin, right? Allow both sides of the coin. And then this abundance mindset, abundance. The world is abundant when you choose to see it that way, okay? So that's what they have for you today, my pile number ones. That's it. Pretty simple. All right. You go have a great day now. All right, my pile number twos. Let's see what they're saying are the next steps for you, or the next step. Okay. They want you, okay, so this is the ace, which is new beginnings, fresh starts, that kind of thing. And this is cups and hearts, which is all about the emotional, spiritual aspects of things, okay? So there's opportunities with this ace, okay? Aces always bring in opportunities. So this is bringing opportunities for more love and more spirituality into your life, okay? So they want you to pay attention to these opportunities. These opportunities are going to fill your cup, okay? The proverbial saying, my cup is overflowing. That's what they want you to allow. They want you to allow your cup to be filled and start to overflow, okay? So there's opportunities coming your way to allow this, and they want you to be aware, okay? They want you to be aware of these opportunities that are coming. They want you to see them. They want you to recognize them. They want you to accept them, allow them, receive them. That's what I hear. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so you might have noticed that when I first flipped the card, it was like this, and I heard turn it like this. So that's what they want you to do. Okay, so your cup. Okay, that's what they want you to do. You've been not filling your cup. You've been pouring out of your cup. You've been pouring out into the world, okay? You've been pouring out. You've been giving. They're telling you it's time to receive. Flip your cup over and start receiving, okay? And then you'll see it'll overflow. So it's not about stopping giving, because you will have more to give, I hear, okay? But they want you to let your cup fill, okay? So they want you to stop pouring out of your cup. They want you to let your cup fill and let it overflow. So yeah, they want you to focus on letting your cup fill. Focus on filling your cup, okay? So that it can overflow instead of pouring out of your cup. Yeah. So don't be selfless, okay? Don't be self-sacrificing, any of that kind of stuff. If you're doing that, stop doing that. It's time to become self-fulfilled, okay? That's what this card is telling me. It's time to allow yourself to become self-fulfilled. Okay, that's what it's telling me there. What else do they want to say to you? Okay. Two cards came out. So throat chakra, and it's Larimar is the crystal, and it says listening. If you want to be heard, learn to listen. Okay, so this card, I used to always think of it as, I had to listen to others, right? So, they always say the best, you know, be a good listener, etc., right? All of that kind of stuff. But this is the throat chakra, which is about speaking. So this is saying if you want to be heard, learn to listen. So I always pictured this as, okay, if I want people to hear me, I need to listen to them. And that's true, right? You need to be a good listener in order for people to respect your opinion and stuff. Because if you don't listen to them and you just start telling them everything, they're not going to respect it because they don't feel heard, right? So if you want to be heard, you have to make others feel heard. That is true. However, I have a new perspective on this card, and I heard not maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago, when I was working on some stuff and meditating on some stuff, I heard listen to yourself. Okay, so this card is also about listening to yourself. If you want to be heard, learn to listen to yourself. Okay, listen to your inner guidance, listen to your little voice, listen to yourself. Give yourself the same respect you would anyone else. Okay, it starts with you. You need to hear yourself. Okay, you need to learn to listen to yourself so that you are heard by yourself, because that's where it all starts. That's how you create, that's how you manifest. It all starts with you, and that's echoing this thing. It all starts with you, right? Instead of pouring your cup out and emptying it and then feeling depleted and exhausted and etc., drained, I hear, you want to flip this cup so that it's able to fill up and overflow. Okay, you don't have to turn it like this to give. It will give. You will give. It'll overflow, and you'll be able to give. Okay, so you don't have to turn it upside down in order to give. You can keep it upright, let it fill up, and it'll overflow, and that's how you will give. Okay, so it all starts with you. It all starts with you. If you want to be heard, learn to listen to yourself. Hear yourself. Okay, no one else will hear you if you're not hearing yourself. That's what I hear here with this card. Okay, and then the other card that came out is connection, heart chakra, green ocean jasper. So Father Divine and Mother Earth make love in your heart. So this is about connection. This is about bringing balance back into your heart and your life. Allow the Father and the Mother. So this is the giving and the receiving. The Father Divine represents the giving. The Mother Divine Earth represents the receiving. Okay, so the connection between the giving and the receiving. That's what they want you to see here. Okay, so it's not just giving. It's both giving, it's receiving and giving. Okay, giving, receiving and giving. They go together. Okay, so yeah, it all starts with you receiving, and then you'll overflow and be able to give. So you cannot have one side of the coin. You can't just be giving. Okay, in order to have the coin, you have to have both sides, the giving and the receiving side. So they really want you to open up to your receiving. That's what they're saying the next step is for you. So I would do, just say, I choose to allow my receiving. I choose to accept my receiving. I choose to acknowledge my receiving. I choose to remember my receiving. I choose to recognize my receiving. I choose to reveal my receiving. I choose to receive my receiving. I choose to forgive it. I choose to trust it, honor it, value it, believe in it, love it, be it, surrender it, and then the final statement is, I am receiving, and receiving is me. Okay, and then do it with giving as well. Okay, so that you're doing both sides of the coin. So I choose to allow giving, I choose to accept giving, etc., etc. So yeah, just choose to allow both giving and receiving. But they're really letting you know that you have to be the receiver. You have to be the receiver of your own voice. So if you want to be heard, learn to listen to you, receive your own voice. Okay, they need you to hold your cup up like this, upright, so that you can receive as well as give. Okay, and honor the connection between Father Divine and Mother Earth. Okay, that exists within you and in your heart. It's both the giving and the receiving. Okay, so but make sure you're receiving. Okay, you're giving and receiving, but make sure you're receiving. Okay, open that up. That's what they have for you today. Pile number 2. All right, you go have a great day. Bye-bye. All right, pile number 3. Let's see what they have to say. Are the next steps for you? Oh, interesting. Okay, you're in some sort of negotiation, or you're in some sort of competition of some sort. Anyways, some sort of, yeah, anyways, this card denotes, play your hand wisely, is what it's saying. It's time for you to play your hand, and you're going to play it wisely, okay? 5 is change, it's resilience, it's allowing or being on the path. And this spade here is the swords, which is mental, mental, intellectual kind of stuff. So there's this card right now is telling me that you need to change your perspective. Okay, you're in some sort of either negotiation or competition or even just a power struggle. I'm not sure what it is, but you're in some sort of competitive situation or something where you're about to play your cards. Okay, that's what I hear. You're about to play your cards. Okay, and in order to play your cards wisely, you need to shift your perspective on the whole thing. They want you to shift your perspective. Okay, try to have a new perspective before you play your hand. Okay, make sure that when you're playing your hand that you've looked at more than one perspective, because that will help you, is what I hear. All right, so the chakra cards are going to give us a clue about that. You might already know what this is saying to you, but let's see. Listening. Okay, this came out just, it's funny how they can come out, because it jumped out, right? I shuffled them and they jumped out. But listening. If you want to be heard, learn to listen. Okay, so I don't know what you're engaged in, but it's some sort of negotiation or some sort of power struggle or some sort of mental competition is what I'm hearing. So it's not physical, it's mental. If you want to be heard, learn to listen. Okay, so first, so Larimar is the crystal and it's the throat chakra. So this change, okay, so this might be it. So I used to read this card and think, okay, if I want to be heard, I need to learn to listen to the other party, right? Because if I don't listen to them, they're not going to listen to me. And that is very, 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 very true. If you don't listen to others, they're not going to listen to you. It's simple. They're not going to give you that respect if you don't give them that respect, right? But this also has to do with yourself, and I think that's the change in perspective they want you to know. So if you're not listening to yourself, no one's going to listen to you. Okay, so now I read this card and I see, if you want to be heard, learn to listen. And this is saying, listen to yourself, listen to your little voice, listen to that inner guidance, that inner knowing. Okay, listen to it, respect it, hear it. Okay, because if you don't, no one else is going to hear it, right? If you're not willing to listen to yourself, no one else is going to be willing to listen to you. Okay, so I don't know if you're in some sort of struggle in a relationship of some sort and you're not feeling heard, whether it's at work, whether it's with a loved one, whether it's a romantic partner, whatever it is. If you're not feeling heard, you need to start listening to yourself first and foremost. Okay, start listening to yourself. If you're not listening to yourself, the other party is not going to listen to you. All right, and also if you're not listening to them, they're not going to listen to you. But so that's what they're saying. See it from multiple perspectives, both sides, right? Not just one, not just wanting to be heard by them, not just wanting to, and to shift that, not just wanting to listen to them, which is very important that you do, but also listen to yourself. Okay, so that's what they want you to know today about that. There's one more card to come. Yeah, here we go. Just jumped out. Okay, grounding. Root chakra, red jasper. Okay, I have a red jasper stone here. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's red jasper. Sink your roots deep. Connect them to the heart of the earth. Okay, so that's the other thing that they want you to do before you play your hand here, is how it's saying. make sure you're grounded. Okay, make sure you're grounded and your roots are deep and you're connected to the heart of the earth and you're strong in that, okay? So open up and listen to yourself and make sure you're grounded when you speak, okay? So yeah, ground yourself so that you can speak clearly to yourself and then to others, and so that you can listen clearly to yourself and to others. Okay, that's what they have for you today. That's the next step for you. All right, you go have a great day now. Bye. All right, pile number 4, what is the next steps for you? Okay, so it's like this, and I here to turn it like this. Okay, so this card is about your rewards, for all your hard work. This is about your hard work paying off. Okay, so what I'm hearing right now and seeing with this card, when it's like this, is you're doing all of the work, but you're not letting your ship come in. Okay, so you're just working. Your head is down, nose to the grindstone. You're working, but you're not lifting your head up from the grindstone in order to see the results of your hard work. Okay, so they want me to flip this card like this so that you can start to see the results of your hard work. Okay, and you can guide your ship in. Okay, this card in another deck shows a person guiding his ship in with a lantern. He's holding his light up and guiding his ship in. That's what they want you to do. They want you to start guiding your ship in and allowing it to come in, and get your nose up from the grindstone so that you can see all of your hard work paying off. Okay, so this is the 3 of Wands. Okay, so the Wands is about movement, right? It's about movement. So you need to allow, you've been in this rut, this working rut, but you need to allow the movement forward. You need to allow yourself to see the results of your work. Okay, and allow them to come to you and show themselves. Okay, 3 is about joy, abundance, unity, trinity, big picture, right? So get your nose up from the grindstone so that you can see the bigger picture, so that you can see all your hard work paying off. It's time to see it. Okay, it's time to know it. It's time to see it. That's what this card is telling me. Okay, chakra cards, that one didn't take long to come out. Forgiveness, you'll find freedom and forgiveness, and it's the malachite, heart chakra, malachite stone. So forgiveness is letting go of anger and resentment toward a situation, toward a person, toward a circumstance, whatever it might be, toward an experience, I hear. So it's not about letting anything off the hook. It's not about absolving. We often confuse forgiveness with absolution. It's not absolution. It's not about absolving any wrongdoings. It's not about absolving responsibility for anything. Forgiveness is simply, this is why forgiveness is for the forgiver, not the forgivee. The forgiveness is letting go of the anger and resentment toward. So what they're saying is for you to be able to flip from this, where you're in this rut, your nose is to the grindstone, you're not seeing the bigger picture, you're not seeing your rewards coming in order to flip this like this so that you can see the big picture, lift your head up, look, guide your ship in and see your rewards and guide them back to you for all your hard work that you've done. You need to forgive. You need to let go of anger and resentment toward having to do all this hard work, okay? Having to guide your ship in, having to work so hard. Okay, forgive that. Forgive having to work so hard, having to have in the past, to get to this point, okay, and to get your ship to come in. Forgive that. Allow it. Let go of any resentment, any anger toward the work that you've had to do, that you've had to put in order to get to this point, okay? You're here. You're at this point, okay? So forgive the journey here, and lift your head up, see the bigger picture, and see your rewards for all the work that you've done coming to you, okay? All right. So there's 2 cards that came at the same time. Calmness, to calm your monkey mind, do not feed the animals. So yeah, don't feed anger and resentment anymore, okay? Forgive, let go of anger and resentment. Let go of worry, let go of anxiety, let go of stress, okay? Forgive, all right? And turn your fear of change into excitement for change, okay? Sacral chakra, tiger eye. This guy is the tiger eye? No. Yeah, this guy is the tiger eye here, this stone. So this crystal, I don't know why I always call them stones, but whatever. Anyways, so they want you to to rekindle your passion and for your work, for what you're doing here, for your work. So forgive it, let go of the anger and resentment toward, let go of any anxiety about it, any overthinking, any of that kind of stuff. Don't do that anymore. And turn your fear, so no worrying, no anxiety, don't feed that. Don't feed those anxieties and fears. Turn your fear of change into excitement for change, okay? So that you can reignite your passion for this work that you've done and allow your rewards to come in. Because part of what's keeping your rewards from coming is that, there'll be big change. There's going to be big change when your rewards come in, okay? So don't be afraid of that change. Allow that change. Allow your ship to come in. Guide it, okay? It's time to turn this over. It's time to lift your nose from the grindstone and look up. See the big picture. See the joy. See the abundance that you've created and guide it to you. Actively bring it to you, okay? Stop worrying. Stop being anxious. Stop being angry. Stop being resentful. Stop being fearful of change. Just let that all go and just focus on this bigger picture and allowing your rewards to come to you. That's what they have for you today. I hope it's clear. I hope you understand forgiveness now, and just say, I forgive all of my hard work. I forgive all of the work I've done to get me to this place. I forgive my journey to get to this place. I now allow my blessings. That's how it's coming. My blessings. I now allow my blessings. I no longer fear my blessings. I'm actively guiding my blessings to come to me. I'm shining my light so my blessings can find me, okay? I forgive my fear. I forgive my anxiety. I forgive my worry. I forgive my anger. I forgive my resentment. I forgive it all. I let go of it all, okay? That's what they want you to do. All right. You go have a great day. Bye-bye.